Hi, I'm Tyler, and welcome to another episode of my Christian Music Week reviews. Each week I take 5 releases, albums, EPs, or singles, and after I listen to them all week, I come back here and I review them. I share what I think about them. So without further ado, let's get to this week's first release. TobyMac's new single, Help is on the Way, Maybe Midnight. TobyMac's new single, Help is on the Way, Maybe Midnight. Pretty good track here, really like this one. Got kind of a danceable, funky rock feel to it. Um, has bass guitar, electric guitar, drum, piano, and then bass in the bridge. And throughout the song has the soul background vocals. And as for the lyrics here, good lyrics here. Talks about how God's help is on the way. Not too early, not too late, he'll come through in time. He stands by what he claims, just as he promises. Up next, Derek Minor's new single, Queen. Derek Minor's new single, Clean. Let's talk about it. So, definitely got a trap feel to this track, accomplished through this piano, synth, and bass. And the rapping gets faster as the song goes on. And as for the lyrics here, he talks about how he's trying to dodge all the bogus opposition to reach the culture. Up next, SEU worships new mixtape, Clouds Are Clearing, mixtape 1B. SEU worships new mixtape, Clouds Are Clearing, mixtape 1B. Let's talk about it. So, stylistically here we have pop influence, pop worship, and even some hip-hop influence, instrumentally speaking. Speaking of instruments, we have keyboard, synth, bass, and drum. And as for the lyrics here, touches on some pretty good themes throughout. Talks about how God doesn't need us, but wants us. How he loves us and is fighting for the one side. Also talks about, too, how he never leaves us. Talks about trusting in his promises, the truth of his promises over our feelings. Also talks about how he's with us in the fire. Talks about trusting him in the waiting. How he is strength in our weakness. And also how he sets us free from fear. And how he's ultimately making everything new. Up next, Hulvey's new single, Reasons. Hulvey's new single, Reasons, featuring SVRCINA and Lecrae. Let's talk about it. So, pretty good track here. SVRCINA does a nice job on the hook here, and Lecrae makes a good appearance too. Even though I think I was more impressed by it by the second time I listened to it than the first time, to be honest. But good appearance from Lecrae here, and of course Hulvey does a good job here. So we have here piano, synth, bass, drum, and we have mostly singing and rapping, but a little straight up rapping in this track as well. And as for the lyrics here, great lyrics here. Talks about how you can't give up when you hit the floor. God is in control. There's too many reasons to keep breathing. Up next, our last release for today, the Midnight Wedding's debut album, Anthem for the Outcast. The Midnight Wedding's debut anthem, Wedding-Anthem of the Outcast. Let's talk about it. So, stylistically here, overall, definitely a rock feel on most of the tracks here. Some of the songs are hard rock, and then some of the songs are more rock ballads, or worship track that mostly give way to the rock elements, and there's a couple songs where the rock, one or two songs on the album where the rock elements don't even really show up. And vocal duties are split between Brandon and his wife Caitlin. Sometimes Brandon has the lead, sometimes Caitlin has the lead. Mostly singing on here, but Enforcers does include some screams on it. So, one song with screaming on it. Instrumentally here we have bass guitar, electric guitar, drums, some piano, synth, bass, violin. Overall, good album here. I enjoyed listening to it. Even though the quality could be use some improvement on at some points, but overall doesn't take away from the fact that I enjoyed this album. And just a little just saying, sometimes the quality could have been a little better, but good album. And as for the lyrics here, great lyrics on here. So the overall theme here is about how God, through Jesus' blood, has set us free from sin and the pain that comes from sin. And no matter what lies the enemy may try to throw at us. And also talks about how God is with us in the pain. Well, that's it for this week. Come back next week for 5 more releases. If you like what you saw in this video, please subscribe. Also, if you have any thoughts on this week's releases, or any releases that came out today you want to see in next week's video, let me know that in the comments below. Also, know that videos drop every Friday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, so be on the lookout for that. Also, my Music Month Dream playlist is going to get an update on Monday, as it will be the first of a new month, March. So be sure to check that out when that comes out. Well, I'll go now. See you next week. Bye.